Hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Guess what today is? It's a Quilters challenge, and I was given a challenge from Michelle at Bits and Pieces Quilting to use up my favorite fabric. Well, I thought about that one really hard. My favorite fabric are an assortment of polka dots, and I've got tons of them, and I'm saving them. I don't know what for. My absolute favorite one is this one, and I haven't been able to find more, and it's called a nitty gritty. If anyone knows where they can find it, please let me know. So I was kind of challenged with trying to figure out whether I actually want to cut into some of these fabrics or not, but I came up with a plan, so let me tell you all about it. And in the meantime, Here's Michelle's challenge so you can see it yourself, and it'd be great if you followed along too and did your own part of the challenge.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bits and Pieces Quilting, and I am thrilled to be taking part in the Quilter Circle Challenge. And today, my challenge for all of those in the Quilter Circle Challenge is to use a piece of your very favorite fabric. I have a few pieces. It's going to be a hard choice, but there are a few that I am just so reluctant to use because I love them so much. So this is my challenge, and I'm really interested to hear from you as to why the fabric is your favorite, and if you have any memories to share about that fabric, where you got it, what attracted you to it in the first place, and why you've been holding on to it for this time. And how long have you been holding on to it? I know what piece I'm going to use because I'm going to respond to my own challenge, but I'm so keen to see what you're going to do. Thanks, friends. It's been fun working with you, and I look forward to seeing your challenge results.
I'm making a fun and whimsical block that will be part of a door banner that I'm putting together, and that will be coming in different blocks, and it'll probably take me till next summer to get it done, but here is one of the blocks. So I've managed to find two different red polka dots that I want to use, and so I need 4 pieces. These are all 2.5 inches square, and then I need 4 background, and I'm using lighter background that are 1 inch square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to snowball these on one corner of each square, and to do that I'm going to draw a line from corner to corner and then sew that down, flip it over, and it'll look like that. So I'll be making 4 of those, 1 on each of these 2.5 inch larger squares. Just showing you a bit of a trick, because this is quite small to hold in place and to put a pin in there, I am going to use a little bit of glue. And this is the washable. It happens to be disappearing purple. It doesn't really disappear 100%, so I'm putting it on the side that'll end up being discarded. So what I do is I just put that down, and then I'm going to lay this down as best I can to match up the corners. And when I go to sew this, I'm actually going to sew it just to this side of the line, so when it folds over, it's still going to meet up nicely in this corner. So I have these placed and sewn, and then if I flip them over, you'll see that that's how they'll be. So I will trim away 1/4 inch from the seam and then give these a good press. With the corners now done, I'm going to join these in pairs, and I've decided to do a darker one on the top with the smaller dots and the wider, more open ones on the bottom like this. So I'm going to pair them up like this. So I want a 1/4 inch seam here and here, and please do not join this at this seam because you'll see why in a minute. With these units assembled, we're now going to add another component. So I've got a strip of darker, it is black with a off-white polka dot, and this measures 3/4 inch by just over 4.5. And I'm actually going to piece it to join these together like that. And we should have a 1/4 inch reveal showing once they're all joined together. So we're now going to make another subunit. So I need a darker piece of fabric, and I'm choosing to use the polka dot again in black. So this is 1 inch deep by 2 inches wide. And I'm actually going to do snowballs using 3/4 inch background on each corner. So from corner to corner here. This part is totally optional, so I leave that up to you. If you decide not to do that, then your next step would be to add your background, which is 1 inch deep. And these are each 1.5 inches wide onto each side like this. So let me do that and I'll join you back here. So this is how it's coming together. Can you guess what it is yet? It is a play on a ladybug. I did realize these side pieces here were a little bit too short, so I did remove them, and I've added in strips that are 2.5 inches by 1 inch. Now, this next step is optional. If you notice here, when we go to sew this in, there's going to be just a hardly little bit of the cutout of the white showing, which is intentional. If you want it bigger, then you can certainly increase the size of your stitch and flip, or you can leave it out if you want. So for the antenna, you can either embroider them, you can do them on your machine with some free motion quilting or stitching. You can cord it. You could do what I'm trying to do. So what I have is, let me put that aside, is I had 2 offcuts from some half square triangles, and I've actually, these are measuring, let's see, this is, let's call it 4 inches this way. And what I did is I took some of the polka dot in the dark, and I did right sides together in one of the angles, and I did a nice stitching line. I'm going to press this open. And because I want this to be very narrow here, I need to take my ruler. I know I'm going to be doing a 1/4 inch seam or thereabouts, so I'm going to add another 1/8 of an inch. And this is going to be very, very skinny seam, and it might even be a bit of a challenge to do, but who isn't up for a challenge? And I'm hoping when this is all done, I'm going to end up with 2 pieces that I can use for the antenna. So now I've got the second half of the old HST, right sides together, and then I will stitch it carefully along here, press it open, and that's what it should look like. I seem to have success. It's a little thicker than I wanted, but I think if I try to go any thinner, I'm just pressing my luck. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a good press. It is all going to one side naturally, so I'm just going to leave it that way. And then when I'm done, I'm actually going to cut this in half, and one will face this one way, and one will face this way when we go to attach it to the top of our ladybug. Before I attach the antenna, I'm going to piece this onto the top here, and with a 1/4 inch seam. And what I've done is I've actually taken these 2 seams and pressed them together with my finger to come up with the center, like that. And then here, visually, I know these dots are in the center, so that's how I'm going to place it. And then I'll pin it, stitch it, and then I'll join you back here. So now that I've got the head part of the ladybug sewn into position, I did trim the sides, and I will do another job of trying to press this flatter later. I took this section where I showed you how I was making the antenna, and I've sliced it in half. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to position them so one goes this way, and then one will end up getting trimmed down and go this way. And I will end up adding, I'll probably trim these down to be the same length, and then I'll just add an equal amount of fabric on both sides to fill the side up. Your size is going to vary because depends on what size of half square triangle wedges you start with. You can make them shorter or you can make them longer, whatever works for you. So let me go ahead and work on this, and then I'll show you what I come up with. So in the end, these are 1 3/4 inch squares, and I made sure that these angles are both on the 45, so they're angled correctly. And what I'm going to do is put these right sides together and join them together. I'll probably do a bit wider than a 1/4 inch seam because I just want to pull them in a little bit tighter here. And then I'll be adding extra fabric on each side to make up this width, and then this block will be done. So here it is all done. I squared it up to 5 by 6.5. I will be adding a border around it when I use it with some other blocks. Let me know what you think. I really like to thank Michelle for encouraging me to dig into some of my favorite fabrics and come up with something cute and unique. If you have any questions on how this pattern goes together, by all means, reach out to my email at sewwithdebee@gmail.com. And as always, I will eventually have a written pattern available for free on my website under the same name. Details are in the video description, and please don't forget to check out all the other content creators that are part of the Quilters Challenge. So until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day, and bye for now.